you spend most of your life in your head. Please, for your own sake, make it an awesome place to be.
Let's talk about the Eagles for a minute because let's talk about the Eagles for a minute because the mother eagle, after sitting on the eggs, protecting it with her life until they hatch, and going out and swimming and attacking prey and bringing back food until they grow, then turns around, the same beak that fed it and the same body that warms it, takes them out to cliffs and throws them over the edge. It is not that she has turned against her children, but she knows that they will never find their wings in safety. The eaglet learns to fly by confronting its scary place. And it's not even trying to fly, it's falling. But in the process of falling and flapping and falling and flapping and falling and flapping and flapping and flapping and flapping and flapping and flapping and flapping, that's how you get your wings.
Yep, guys, that's right. That's how you get your wings. Good evening, children, and welcome, Jimmy. I think Jimmy has seen this during the morning boot camp, and you can see a bit different, Jamie, that the words don't come easy. That time when you see the one is the heart shape, right, Jimmy? And this one is the words itself, right? So you can see sometimes my presentation is a bit different. My aims, leaders, is to allow you to understand that coming to this class is not about just study and study. Coming to this class, like you can see, Ipo, look at the eagle. Remember a few weeks of last few months before this new student, Yifan and Isha, you will know, right? We talk about the eagles and how the eagle transform to hit the beaks, to take out their old feathers, to take away their claws, so that they can fly again like a real leader as an eagle. Right? Every lesson is very important in terms of like next. In fact, now I'm going to change my structures of teaching. So sometimes I will show some motivations video. It might tempt you to bring Joyce, can you bring the tissue paper behind for me? So touching. You really need to bring the tissue. Okay, then come, give me. Can you pass to me now? Pass to me. You see, I got it already. Thanks. I got it. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, okay, thank you so much. Okay. Anyway, very creative, Joyce. When I call you Joyce, it's like calling my goddaughter. My goddaughter is also Joyce, but it's J-O-Y. Okay, you know what J-O-Y stand for, no, Joyce? Are you a Christian?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, J-O-Y stand for Jesus. Oh, yeah. Okay. Because as a Christian, I'm a Catholic, so my school also a Christian school, and I also teach Bible class. Okay, so now you know that the first one, if your brain is inside there, use it. Okay, this head has been there for you for the rest of your life until you give up and you bye-bye, sayonara from this world. Use the brain as much as you can. Now, when you close your eyes, when you close your ears, when you close your mouth, this is Jamie. This is for tomorrow lesson. Just keep it to yourself again, Jamie. So like when you are meditating, in fact, all this 20%, this 20%, this 20%, so 60% all focus into the ear. If let's say you close out your ear, close out your eyes, close out your mouth, all these 60% go to the brain and you are in deep thoughts. So sometimes when you are stressed, Wei Qi, Angela, Yishu, Edward, hi Edward, Esther, don't stress it yourself. Look at if that eaglet can do such a way when the mom throw her out in the cliff. No parents would like to do that. So when you're doing the process, it actually wants you to be transformed into another person. Okay, so to make it better, Let me bring up to the next slide that I'm going to talk about. Okay. Where is my, okay, I just lost my where is it? It's gone. Sorry, girls and guys. Sorry. Okay, there you are. Okay, today we're going to talk about the woodcutter story, and I want you to do that little story. I find it's very interesting. Yi Bo and Yi Shi and Yu Fan, if you have done it, never mind. Okay, so we're going to talk about this later on, and we're going to talk about unemployment first. Okay, what is unemployment? I mean, sadly to say, Uncle Raymond has been into unemployment before, up and down. There are people who are so unlucky that they are being retrenched. Now, as a Set 2 student to be, and some of them going to be Set 3, this unemployment is going to be very close to your heart because one day, right, Wei Qi, Esther, Angela, Zihan, okay, any one of you, you have to go and face the real world, to face the real world, to work, whether you like it or not. Okay, even though you get a best degree, it may not necessarily end up to have a good job. Sometimes because of company structures, sometimes because of whatever reason that you are unemployed. So how are we going to make this today's topic that unemployed is in what? Anyone? Edwards is in what? If you cannot say not avoidable, what is that word?
Is it like inevitable?
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Can you start reading that? You're right. It's inevitable. We cannot escape in reality, guys. All right. So let's move on. Edward, you might read to the class, please. Unemployed people. Edward, yes.
Unemployment is a term referring to individuals who are employable and seeking a job, but are unable to find a job, usually measured by the unemployment rate, which is dividing the number of unemployed people by the total number of people in the workforce. Unemployment serves as one of the indicators.
Thank you. So you can see, guys, when you are doing this topic, it's very wide. And if you are moving on to like further study in A level or in poly, you will talk about economics. Okay, economics is about demand and supply. Why is it important to know this topic? Because as what Edward has read, it's about seeking for a job. Angela, you study until so high. What you want to be? Have I asked you this question? What you want to be when you grow up?
A vet.
A vet, huh? Ayo, talking about this. Oh my goodness. You know why, Angela? That day, one of my Set 4 students just graduated, okay, from CHIJ, I think, Toa Payoh. Then he called me up, he WhatsApp me, Uncle Raymond, I want to do a part-time job as a vet. My son, my eldest son, who is now 26 years old, also want to be a vet. Do you know how much to be a vet? $500,000. I kid you not. Because one of my ex-teacher who sent her daughter to Scotland to study, of course, okay, Singapore is, I don't think there is such a cost. I'm not sure. $500,000, including accommodation, everything. Okay. Now to take, being a vet, please go and watch there's this documentary about National Geographic by Dr. G or Dr. something. You really have to take care of the horses, right? You take care of hamster, you take care of cat, take care of dogs, right? Right. Do you think this job will be really out of job? Yeah, you should say yes. You should.
I don't think so though. Like especially during like this kind of what's that called, pandemics. I think like vets are very important because like other people, they'll be stuck at home and then they will want their own like pets, and then their pets will fall sick easily. So
you know what? I better talk softly. I don't want to let my wife auntie to hear that. You know what, her colleagues are very funny, they got married, children. Hey, please don't do that to yourself, please. Your mommy, daddy, especially the girls, I know 生孩子很痛, okay? I know the experience. Angela, Uncle Raymond 没有生孩子, but I know the pain, okay? Okay, don't laugh at me like that, Wei Qi, okay? I don't, 我不是张国荣，我知道生孩子很痛的 okay? So there's this 家有喜事 so 周星驰问他的哥哥为什么你不要结婚 then 张国荣就回答说因为生孩子很痛 Can you imagine they are drinking the soup all of them just throw out from the mouth. Okay, Angela, my wife, the ex-colleague, both of them married. They prefer to have dog than to have baby. So I think the new generation, not just my wife colleagues now, they are 40s, they're coming to the 50s. They have been changing dogs for about 2 or 3 times. You know why? You know, right? Because every 10, 15 years, the dog will die I cannot take it. Seriously. I have a dog, you know, right? I have a dog, a Japanese split. So my whole family treat her like one of it's like my number 4th children. Every time my wife will say, 你的女儿呢? So I thought it's my eldest daughter, Angela. 我女儿不是做工咩? So no, that one, oh, Gio, that's my dog. So you're right, no, there will not be unemployed for vet. In fact, there will be more and more people who rather choose to have a pet than to have to give birth to a child. Or better still, they may not want to give birth, but they want to adopt a pet or adopt a child. But then again, there's a possibility, Angela, that a vet can be out of job. You know why? Any occupations, whether you're a lawyer, doctors, engineer, teachers, anybody can be unemployed and can get out of job. Esther, what do you think? What makes a possibility to be unemployed for a vet?
Like you're not very sincere in your work.
Very good. The boss saw it. Well done. Hey, I didn't expect this kind of answer. No? Oh, this is moral already. Well done. Extra marks. Well done. Wei Qi. Please don't IDK. Okay. For lesson like this, please talk. The more you talk, the excuse me, the better you are. Okay. Right. Wei Qi, 为什么你觉得这个会 unemployed 呢?
Like robots or something, and then they replace them.
Sorry, like what?
Robot?
You're bored with the job, is it?
No, like robots.
Oh, robot become a vet. Welcome to the vet. I am your doctors. Angela, would you want to send your pet to a robot's vet? Angela?
No.
No way. Possible, Wei Qi. Too many AI doesn't mean good for everything. Agree? All right. Okay, Joyce. What is the possibility that the vets can be out of job and unemployed?
Maybe some people online teaching them how to like medicate their dog so that they don't need to go to like vet.
Then there will be some redundant of vets. Possible. Ishu, what do you think?
You know, maybe next time when you go to the vet, right? Then there will just be a screen like teaching you. I mean, scanning through the pad, and you type in the screen what is happening to your pet. Then it will just give you the result because it have everything recorded inside. Like if
the information biodata.
Yeah. If a surgery is needed, do you think a human being is more accurate or machine is more accurate?
I see. 有道理,
right.
有道理. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
but
you.
like also another thing is taking, like you say just now, taking care of the animals, right? Like feeding them, and taking care of them, anything like that, right? You can also use a robot like doing like it's in a farm like that, but it's more accurate and more to the those. It's like for pet, not actually for the like cows and chickens like that, because those you don't need to be careful. You don't need to be very careful. Right?
Hey, not true, no. Yesterday, Angela, my mother watched the Taiwan 综艺节目，那个 Jackie 吴宗宪 they show this couple brought the duck, no? Excuse me, quack, quack, the duck. The two duck can do some very funny stunt and exhibit a lot of very interesting move. Then got this dog, he gives the food to him, 不可以吃，为什么不可以吃？等一下才吃，我要吃。No, they interpret the way the dog talk, no. So surprisingly, there are people who take ducks, chicken, pig, or even cobra, python, spider as pets.
Yeah, I know that, but
就是咯。
no, what I'm saying is that those specifically for food, you know, those kind. Yeah, I know there's been people who take animals like pigs and ducks and chicken and
I see.
all these animals as pet, and they're also quite cute. It's a good option for pet.
Okay.
But there are machines and robots that is taking care of the lots of the animals, like for example feeding the cows and like yeah, and basically what the farmers have to do is quite less, very less.
Okay.
Right,
I got you.
then maybe in the future you just need to enhance a bit, then it can be used for pets, right?
I understand. Okay, thank you so much, Ishu. I can tell you, Angela, this job will not be replaced by robots or anything, because just imagine Zihan and Yufan, let's say you are sick. When you go and see a doctor, will you want a robot to take care of you? Obviously not, right, Zihan? You want to see a real human to take care. Same thing, your pets has been with you for so many years, and then you want to see a human vet. At least they got these emotional feelings. So the only things I totally agree with what Esther and Wei Qi was saying, that if this vet were to be replaced, it's either you're because of aging problem or attitude problem, or because you can't even operate the pets because your hands is shivering, or your eyesight is no good, or you really the doctor can become dementia. There's a possibility. So every job has their risk factor. So back to you, Zihan. Can you read to the class? What is the meaning of unemployment rate? Thank you.
The unemployment rate is the percent of the labor force that is jobless. It is a lagging indicator, meaning that it generally rises or falls in the wake of changing economic conditions, rather than anticipating them.
Jamie got some Wi-Fi issue. Wait for Jamie for a while first. Okay, Jamie, are you okay? Zihan, now your background better. The day was quite dark. Okay, thank you. Hi, Jamie, are you okay? Your Wi-Fi? Can, don't worry. Okay, so you have not missed anything. So unemployment rate, the measurements is a very strong indicator. Okay, just take note. As long as the country has a higher unemployment now, the country will not be stable. As long as the country has not many people working, the country will be in deep trouble. And then they will start with 3 alphabet. What is that 3 alphabet? I will ask Joyce. What is the 3 alphabet? The first alphabet is the last 6 alphabet of the A, B, C, D, F, G.
Can I skip?
It's okay, Jamie. It's okay. I sometimes at this time my Wi-Fi also lagging, no problem. Yes. What do you say, Joyce?
Can I skip?
Okay, you can take the route. Come, we skip together. Just like you give me tissue, right? So I give you the skipping rope. Then we skip together. Can you stop doing that to your hair? Because it's very insulting. Because I got no hair. Okay, always comb behind. I feel very sad. Don't laugh, Wei Qi. I know you also got long hair. Okay. Next time, I know already. I'm going to go to the shopping center to buy a wig and put on it. Then I will 不要输给你们。只有你们有长头发，我没有吗？Okay, back to you. Yibo, what do you think the last 6 alphabet will be? If there's a high unemployment, a hungry man is an angry man, and what will you cause this? Yibo? Yes. Don't know. Yifan? What do you think, Yifan?
No.
Sorry? Did you say war? Did you say war just now? No, actually the answer is war. Okay, yes, Joyce is like, oh, W is the last 6 alphabet, correct? Right. Now I can comb my hair. Okay, all right. So the unemployment rate is very important to a country, especially for Singapore. Do you know why not, children? Because we are all talking about your brain here. All the 10 of you is so important. Jamie is out also again, right? Jamie is out, right? So it's very important. You should don't change. You keep flicking on my front of my eyes. I get quite irritated. Can you don't flash again? You should. Thank you. All right. So the unemployment rate in Singapore, the higher it is going to be a very big issue because Singapore doesn't have natural resources. So what happened? They have to depend on you guys, the brain power, to come up as an education hub, business hub, banking hub, okay, and consulting hub, and expert like the biopolist in Mona Vista, the scientists, okay? Now, next one, Esther, will you mind please? What are the effects of unemployment?
Personal and social costs of unemployment include severe financial hardship and poverty, debt, homelessness, and housing stress, family tensions and breakdown, boredom, alienation, shame and stigma, increased social isolation, crime, erosion of confidence and self-esteem, the atrophy of work skills, and ill health.
Thank you so much. Do you see I typed something for you all? Okay, yesterday I attended a Zoom with my MP, Miss Carrie Tan, and with some of the grassroots leader. We are talking of the Vanguard as well as SGSs, where we are talking about a lot of people now recently get retrenched, and then because either they are getting retirements earlier, so all these people who are got dementia, who got this health issue, they cannot take care of themselves. Their children have to work. Then they have to send their aging parents to the Vanguard, which is a place where they'll station their mommy, daddy. Then it's like a childcare, okay, like childcare, but this childcare is for elderly people. So these SGSs, girls and boys, please download these apps. If you want, please share this. Okay, I just know the founder of SGSs. For those of you who are going for Sec3 and those of you are in this VIA or doing some CCA related to this certain SGSs is to help people. Okay, a volunteer who help, like for example, Angela, if you're staying in if you're staying in this place, Ang Mo Kio area, then when you see the apps and then opposite your block, they got this old lady who need to buy some grocery, or Esther, if you stay nearby your block, they got this uncle who need to go and see doctor, then you can click in to find the nearest volunteer to bring him to go and see doctor. And then Angela, you can bring this auntie for vaccination. This is called SGSs. Ladies and gentlemen, it was started 3 years ago. And I talked to the founder, okay? So they'll say there are a lot of people now unemployed and things like that. So they come in to do volunteer. Then I asked a very good question, say, so can my student do this volunteer work and improve their testimonial, their profile, and also do goods to others and help others, right? Agree now? And Joyce, you agree? Right? If you don't agree, please don't stay in Singapore, any one of you. Seriously. And no, seriously. And he told me the legal age is 18 years old. So please, he said, please spread around these SGSs to everyone. Okay. And guess what? Some of them say, after going around the whole entire world, when I come back from Singapore, one of the speakers was saying that I find that 新加坡有人情味. Jamie was the one who was telling me, Jamie is not in. Okay, was Jamie, 新加坡人有那个人情味. That means we are very, very compassionate, very empathy. So is your parents, Joyce, Zihan, Angela, Yifan, Edward, Esther, Wei Qi, Yishi, and Yibo, they are your parents and me who have 人情味. how to be more 人情味 and more better is your generation to make it. So guys, what got to do with unemployment? So the more you help others, this country will flourish. This country, when people look at it from other worlds, will look at Singapore in a different angle. 不同凡响，另眼相看. That is where we continue when other countries are surviving or struggling for poverty, for hardship, and everyone's are out of job. Singapore always produce job. Why? We got skill future. Singapore always come out with new ideas. The so, then, how. That is where we are different. That is where, let's read on. Wei Qi, what is educated unemployment?
Educated unemployment is when a person is educated and is not able to find a suitable and efficient job for himself. This also occurs when there is a large number of graduates or postgraduates, but limited job opportunities and limited companies.
Thank you. Wei Qi, joke, don't get angry. You angry, you go behind the wall and hit me, I so too bad. Joke aside, Wei Qi. You study until very high. What occupation you want to be? Hey, don't laugh, no. I think Jimmy is not here. That day got somebody say, I want to be a YouTuber. Anything wrong? Then I got another student for another book. I want to be a pole dancer. But Joyce, don't look at me. If Uncle Raymond do a pole dancer, the whole bloody pole will ban. Sorry, you overweight, obesity, 你太肥了，减肥才来跳钢舞。笑什么笑 ，Joyce？ 我可以跳钢舞已经不错了嘞，我还有粉丝啊！你跳看看啊，你能跳吗？我跳钢舞的是我穿 court shoe，OK？ 另眼相看 ，that's creative, Joyce. No, seriously, the 21st century, you cannot be the old way of doing things with the children.
Sure, they won't throw money at you. They throw bricks.
Yeah, they throw banana skin at me, huh? At least got something to throw at me. As long as I don't end up in hospital, lah. Okay, thank you, Wei Qi. What jobs you want? Seriously. 你还没有想到啊
I'm not sure.
Cannot no sure already 嘞。你已经在 secondary school 了，你要把你的基础打好了。Which school are you from again? Sorry, 魏琪。
Dunman High.
Dunman High, huh? So Dunman High got. Oh, I remember Dunman High and Dunman. Oh, so did I ask you this question? Your principal Tony Low, right? Did I ask you this question that time?
No.
Your principal is Tony Low, right?
Yeah.
All right, but he's leaving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very good principal, right? Yes. So that's why I can tell you, okay? He's a very, very nice principal. So you're Dunman High. I believe Mr. Tony Low during the assembly period, sad to say, you don't have the chance to enjoy the assembly. It's a big hall. But when he gives speeches, he's a very motivated speaker, very motivated, a good speaker, and he walked the talk. He's a super good principal. I was very grateful that I worked with him before. Okay, that's why I know him. He's a super good principal, I can tell you. I can work with few principals in my life, but he's one of my best principals. Okay, why I share with you this uneducated employments and you're not sure. One day doesn't mean children pay attention, Edward and the rest we find equal. Doesn't mean you got a graduate degree, you can be, wow, thank God I can be enjoying my life. Uncle Raymond have 2 degrees and 3 diploma. I still sometimes get unemployed, Joyce. My elder son one day told me, he said, Daddy, he studied until so high, got second upper honor class, master class, every class. How come you still have to work in Starbucks and wash plate? How come you have to do all these things? Angela, 我也没有偷没有抢嘛，对不对？我也是用双手做工，对吗 ？Esther, Edward, you agree 了？于帆 ，you agree 吗？于帆，我也是没有偷没有抢，对不对 ？Anything wrong？ 子涵 ，that work in Starbucks. At least I want to create myself employability. 对吗？子涵？他已经在看在那边要哭了，很可怜两个人们。No need to pity me, okay? But because at the end of the day, we know that whether you are educated or not, one day you will sure may have hit out an unemployment. So 你要未雨绸缪。You know what? You must find alternative. So for example, like Angela, you want to be a vet. Can you be forever be a vet? Possible. Possible. But one day what happened because of whatever reason, Angela, you cannot be a vet. Maybe your son and your daughter come to you. Mami, can you help me to take care of your grandson? So you have to give up your job, 对吗? Wow, 想到这么远啊, because it will be reality to you one day. So how you have to give up your vet job? Now when you're taking care of your grandson, maybe you can give lecture, correct? To people who want to start off in the vet. Get idea? So people who want to know this trick, how to become a good vet. Hey, Dr. Angela Wu, you have been in the vet for about 50 years in your life. You are now 70 plus. Can you share your experience? This is where you come back your employability. Even though at one period you are unemployed because you take care of your grandson. And when this is your experience, children, never throw away your experience. Okay, this educated unemployment is just temporary. You will not last long. Do you know I have friends who are lawyers and even professionals have to do Grab car. Now sometimes when you watch YouTube, you watch halfway, got these interruptions of some advertisement, right? Yifan, right? And then Esther, you watch, then they got this advertisement. It came out, an advertisement about Grab, showing that the mother was very poor thing, cannot work, unemployed because of critical illnesses. The son has to become a Grab driver, a Grab food. And to support him, the family, he had to work at the same time and study at the same time. Guess what? Grab company came out a Grab Academy, a scholarship, a bursary for these Grab people. Now you get it? So it reduced the unemployability. I know recently there's this TikTok lady in Malaysia criticized about, 哎呦，做 Grab food 没有前途的还有那个黄雷卖鱼卖到很臭，哪里有前途 ？Let's join real estate property. I think this is wrong. 行行出状元。Okay, some people why 我卖鱼很丢脸吗？我做 Grab 很丢脸吗？ We're still employed. So this unemployability is usually the people who suffer the most. You know who now? Is those lowly and uneducated people. To answer your questions, those unemployed workers to do charity work, which is called volunteer. Volunteer don't get paid. They get allowance. Okay, Angela. So for example, if我暂时没有工作，我做 volunteer. Now this social ambassador that you see in the shopping center, all these on the street with wearing red color, they are not volunteer, they are not doing charity work. They get pay of $1,900 to $2,000. But it's a contract for 1 year. After 1 year, if there's no COVID ready, everything back to normal, this social ambassador, the job will be outdated already, no more. They will be unemployed already. So yeah, that's the reason they want to spend more time trying to get a job. But Angela, not everyone can get a job, no? You imagine Uncle Raymond now is 52 years old. Okay, if I go and do pole dance, people say, Uncle, you go there later, you break your bones, ambulance must come. How? You look at Ipo laughing his way already. If I say Uncle Raymond want to do ballerina, I tell you, the ballerina teacher will be ballerina. 你要做芭蕾舞，你可以跳吗? Unless it's a joke one, okay? But what other things you can do? You are right to ask the good questions on this. They are supposed to spend time. Can I use the word, Angela? Quality time. You know, recently I take out a course. There are some chief operation officer who earn 10, 20,000 a month got retrenched. There are some who are accountant got retrenched. There are some who work in a high flyer in MBS got retrenched. So when we meet up together, I was so surprised, Angela. Some even take 1 year to 2 years, still cannot find a job. You know why? The answer lies to their age. Angela, if you are the boss now, since you ask the questions, would you want to employ a 30 years old guy who got a master degree, but working experience maybe 5 years now, okay? Then you want to employ a person like me who are 52 years, also master degree, but also my experience will be definitely better than the 30 years old, right, Angela? Who will you employ? So the salary say is $10,000. Will you employ the 30 years old one or employ Uncle Raymond? You better employ Uncle Raymond. If not, you better switch off the camera. Not so loud. She can't hear me. Oh, Joyce, she can't hear me. She better say employ me. If she don't employ me, later you see.
I'll employ the one with more working experience.
Yeah, she employed me, Joyce. Yeah. Joyce, like, shut up, Uncle Raymond. She just want to entertain you. Who want to employ a botak, ugly, fat man like you?
I mean, like, I'll employ it so like he can work properly and earn money for my company.
But the 30 years old is also good, no? He's a Harvard graduate, no? Oxford there.
But like he doesn't have more working experience. So
But my old man, maybe got health problem now. You see? And I do have a heart problem. I'm seriously telling you, I have a heart problem a few years ago. But now my heart is normal. Okay, yeah. Except when I see my wife, Auntie Christine, I got more heart problem. Then when I see pretty girl, no problem. See handsome guy like BTS, wow, my heart will be normal. Issue will be, I know Issue will shake her head, uncle. 你怎么可以这样? Okay, Angela, why you choose me because you think it's more experience? Is it?
yeah.
But do you know the higher the age worker go, you can ask your parents. Yes, we have more experience, but the older we are, the health problems will come in. Now, I change another scenario, Angela. Imagine now you got $10,000, okay? The salary, your budget is $10,000 to employ a worker. Now you $10,000, you can employ 2 master degree that is 30 years old. And just employ a 50 years old that is a master degree, but one person 10,000. What is your choice, Angela?
I really don't know.
I will employ the 2 youngsters. Agree not, Zihan? Agree not, Wei Qi? You don't need to agree with me. If you can disagree, then we debate about it. Esther, do you agree, Esther? 2 person versus 1. 2 person, 2 employee, 5,000, 5,000, employing 2 person. You agree now, Esther? Yeah. Edward, do you agree?
Yeah.
Because you must all agree, children. Because the next 10 years, you're going to go out and work. We have to give way to you all. We cannot stick on to this job forever. Majority of our age that is above 55 is an IT idiot. It's not IT savvy. You guys can text messages, can multitask better than us. Our skills is going to be obsolete, redundant. So guys, continue to play your games, continue to watch YouTube, continue to watch Netflix, continue to explore as many new technology things because the next 10 years is the real world. Okay, because I'm also studying in IT, I'm a graduate in IT, and I've been working with so many IT companies, and I implemented a few things of IT like the year 2000s and the firewall with some company. I work in one of them is a Fuji Xerox, okay, with all these things. I'm telling you, this is your new era, guys. If you're not going to play game or do anything, play game, don't play until addicted. That's too bad. Okay. Yeah, you will employ one with all experience. I saw that's sorry the answer. But you remember, playing games can turn your brain into different things, but not become addiction to the games. That is very important. Okay, let's look at this one here. Yibo, can you read to the class, please?
So before planning for future studies, you should assess yourself and feel confident enough to get a job after studies. The average age is around 23 to 25 to start working because it's a fact that you may lose earning power after 25. So slowly, so better learn everything before 25 and just apply the same in your job.
Jimmy, since you missed out just now, later you can watch the video. But you have an advantage today when you know my boss Fanny, right, came in to talk about eco-friendly. So just to update you that to all of you. So sometime at this age now, do something that will improve your employability. You see, all of you will definitely get an O-level cert. All of you will get your diploma or GC cert. And most of you will get a degree cert. Hey, hello, excuse me, what's so different about you? Yifan, Edward, Yibo, Esther, Zihan, Joyce, Jimmy, Yishi, Wei Qi, and Esther. What's so special, Angela? What's so special about you? What's so good about you? So you also got Harvard, he also got Harvard. That's where you must add in your Joyce, you must add in your testimonial. Oh, when I was 14 years old, I start eco-friendly. I start a blog about teaching people how to recycle. Then you can show them, oh, at 14, I start to learn Python. At 14, I start to learn about advocate about anti-plastic. At 14 years old, I came out a campaign. At the age of 14, I did this to help old people. At 14 years old, I came out with some initiative in my school to improve the conditions in the canteen. At the age of 14, I came out some ideas. This is what makes a difference between the rows among the thorns. It's no such thing that you got A1s a big deal. You A1. You don't believe, Esther, 2 times 2?
4.
Edward, 2 times 2?
4.
Okay, not sarcastic. Joyce, you think I will ask you 2 times 2? No way. 2 plus 2?
4.
Wow, so clever. Angela, 请问你要给哪一个人做工？你要给 Esther 还是 Joy 还是 Edward？ 你明白吗 ，Angela？ 全部都有 experience 吗 ？OK， 你问于是你问伟奇，4 divided by no 8 divided by 2 4 right 8 divided by 2 is 4 it's correct 4 divide Angela 你要请谁？于是你要请谁？于凡你要请谁？你要请 Edward 还是 Esther 还是伟奇还是 Joyce？ 你明白我这个道理 ？It's a very simple test Angela， 于是对吗？于是 ，It's a very simple test. So can you imagine everyone got A1 in your math, in your science? 一波那些你 set 3对吗？哇，这么老了。Those of you who are going set 3, please take your social study very, very, very seriously. Okay, you can pass all the subject. If you get your social studies C6 and C5, good luck to you. I mean it, and I mean business, because nobody can pass social studies so far at A1. Very few. I have students who got A1, damn crazy. He or she really read a lot of newspaper and always challenged me with a lot of things. And you wrote a lot of things. Sad to say, children, when you go to set 3, some of you are in set 3 or set 2, don't talk about it next year. Those of you going to set 3, you will have a lesser time, sometimes not enough time to do a lot of things. Like your teacher may not give you a full paper to do your SS or history. So you need constantly to work on it. You need constantly to improve on it. Social study is the differentiation. If you want, I put it this way, I'm very serious. If you want to work in Singapore, I'm telling you, because your parents' generation and my generation, we do not have social study. Because a very simple reason. The youngsters, we found out that they are not patriotic. They don't feel that what belongs to us. Angela, do you know what is CPF? Do you know what is MediSave? Edward, do you know what is Medicare? Esther, do you know what is MediFund? Wei Qi, do you know what is MediShield? Zihan, do you know what is ERP? Joyce, do you know what is Skill Future? Yishi, do you know what is WSQ? Yibo, do you know what is Job Skill Future? Jamie, you know what is about how this SG assists or this SG clean work or not? All these things is social study. All these things talk about how it works. Therefore, you will improve your employability. Hey, don't look at me so blur, children. You say, I'm only 13 years old now, and barely I'm next month, then I will be turning 13. Are you telling me this too early? It's not early, guys. There's some IP school already started that already. Seriously. You think you're good, there are people, they are better than you. I'm not looking down on you guys. 一山自有一山高. So 未雨绸缪, you have to start planning all these things. Start to read Anne Frank book. I think Jamie, you know, right? That day I show a lot of books, right? Right? All the books like Think and Go Rich, Think Like a Freak. Where's my freak book? Okay, Think Like a Freak, Think Like Think and Go Rich. Who Moved My Cheese? Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Have you heard of this book before, Esther? Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Jamie, tomorrow remind me if you can just type okay, I will send you the PDF about think like a freak. I just realized there's this whole PDF that you can read. No need to buy the book. Okay, thanks, Jimmy. Oh, just in case I forget. Huh? So these are all the books you guys have to read. Seriously, or read the Times or CNN News. I really give you a very good example. Edward, Esther, Weiqi, all know what? Math 是死的. Okay? 90 degrees 就是 90 degrees. Isosceles triangle 就是 isosceles. You don't believe, Angela? Let's do a test, okay? Joyce, let's do a test. 一博, you so bad one, never come and see Uncle Raymond. 讨厌. Oh my God, my son was saying, oh my God. 一博, we so bad. Why are you so bad to me, huh? Okay, your love, right? The bad, does it mean really bad? So in Chinese, 是讨厌死鬼你们来看我. So now I change. Ibo, can we take? Ibo scared already, fainted already. Ibo, can you get up, please? Okay, joke, Ibo, what are you good at? Ibo, you're good at nothing. Ibo, you're good in telling lies. Ibo, you're good in doing bad things. So get an idea now. So the words itself can have many meanings. Well, the number itself 就是 fixed了. Jamie will understand words and number, which is more important to you. Right? Yifan, if I say you are number one, don't mind Yifan. Wow, you're very happy. Say, Yifan, 你是天下第一大恶人. 切，我才不要。可是我没有讲什么嘞。如果讲Yifan，你是天下第一大美人，那还用说？当然了。如果说Ibo，你是天下第一个丑男人，的后面那两个丑男人可以不要了。如果一是你是天下第一个书呆子书生，这 is good, right? You realize the words is more important than numbers, because the words can change a person's emotions. So when you're going to fire someone, Zihan, for example, you want to fire someone, you're not going to tell it because you're useless, right? How are you going to say, I'm sorry, because recently the pandemic issue, our company did not make a lot of money. Okay, it has been a negative sales, and we need to retrench. Not just you alone. Zihan, you say that. Zihan, maybe you are the HR manager. Zihan, you say, Mr. Tan, 你不是其中一个被裁员的. There are about 700 people who get retrenched. So that person will not feel bad. But if you are insisting on that person, then you say you are the only one, you are the one and only. Then you feel the number will hurting. But if you say 700 people that I'm not the only one got retrenched, get an idea, Zihan? So the words, then you console him. Sorry, don't worry. Even though you got retrenched, we have a series of skill future for you. We are working with the NTUC union to help you to find a new job, to upgrade your skills, to learn and relearn. So look here, that is the one I'm talking about now. See, now, all the things are related to my story. So the type of unemployment. Jimmy, do you like to eat durian?
Yeah.
Oh, so do I. But you know,
Yes. My audio is lagging, so I heard as Jamie, do you like to eat children? I was scared for 1 second.
No, Jamie, do you like to eat durian? 不是 eat children. Sorry, Jamie. Okay, so my whole family, except me and my mom, like to eat durian, not children. Okay, so you know, Jamie, durian is seasonal, right? 对不对? Right, not every year. Just like 你懂，我们过年只有吃那个什么肉干。Then other days you will not find 肉干，意思对吗？So this is seasonal. So sometimes if like let's say all of you next time you go overseas to work, I don't enjoy that. No, sorry. We go overseas to study, which I did that, but I did not do that. I went to office. You guys went to overseas and study, right? Then summer holiday, you don't feel like coming back home. Say you are in Australia studying. So this is where you will work in a farm to pluck strawberry, to pluck apple, or you work in New Zealand, like my cousin in New Zealand. After he studied, he went to work in a farm. Wow, I tell you, I love this, Weiqi. He plucked kiwi. Wow, I tell you, I love kiwi like life. Seriously, especially golden kiwi. So every time you do that, I say, Raymond, you see I'm eating kiwi. I feel like going to the Instagram and punch him. And then my uncle, the garden in New Zealand, planting a lot of kiwi and even show me, hi Raymond, this is my kiwi farm. Wow. So you see, if working other countries, they have resources, they have land. You can have seasonal, right? Then this is the one, seasonal. And this is geography. Then this is structure. Now structure is that you are working, you are studying in the country, but you are not full-time a labor, pluck strawberry or pluck kiwi. Frictional is in between jobs, but because they have to take care of their elderly parents, or because they have a child who's special needs, who cannot work because they have to bring the child to a special school like Pathlight. Okay, then this is the two things. Voluntary, Angela, voluntary usually they don't get pay, they only get allowance. For example, if let's say Uncle Raymond is now out of job, I can't find a job. I'm looking for a job that is suitable for me. But at the same time, I don't want to waste my time. So I work as a volunteer. So suddenly I saw SG as this one to bring this uncle to Khoo Hospital or to Tan Tock Seng Hospital. Okay, I can book a Grab and bring him there. But of course, I got no money, right? So this is where the volunteer organization will pay the money and help me to defray the cost of taking the Grab car to and from these old people. Angela. So I don't get any money. In fact, there's this volunteer who will get a card. Okay, since you mentioned this, well done. They get a card. I nearly took out the job. But this card is that every time you go to do a volunteer job, you will clock in the number of hours. So the more hours you clock in, so every hour is like equivalent to $1, something like that. So the more you clock in, you will get more money. And do you know some of these volunteers, they clock in this card, they can go to NTUC Fair Price or Sheng Siong or Giant to buy grocery, or they can go to any travel agency to exchange as a cruise voucher or air ticket. So they cannot give them as in terms of monetary sense of money for volunteering. Okay, because most of the organizations come from here who give them employabilities or non-profit organization. That means they don't make money one. They are all volunteer to help the community. Okay, so guys, if you want to be like one of my students who recently got EAE, or EAE, waiting for O-level result, he want to be a psychologist, okay, or psychologist. So this is where he say she want to go into a family center to help people or all these things. These people get paid. Okay, this will get a paid job. This is a full-time job, a real wage. Okay, so there is a demand and supply. So in employability, please take note of the words. There's a frictional job, structure, geographical, seasonal, real wage, and voluntary. Of course, out of these 6, voluntary is the one who pay you peanut. Okay, so demand deficiency is unemployment arise from economic slowdown and less demand in the economy. As you can see, in my grassroots club, that day I want to book a room, I want to rent a room, and upstairs, beside it, there's this room called the KTV, karaoke, right? You know now John's cannot sing song, right? Cannot karaoke. You karaoke also cannot sing, right? Put your mask and sing, siao, right? And the poor whole karaoke was well decorated, renovated very nicely, And for the past few months, they did not open. So they had to wind down the business. Of course, I joined all the employee, the staff will be out of job. It's due to pandemic. Nobody is indispensable in this world. Once your health is affected, and once your mentality is affected, or once your attitude, like Esther, well done. If you don't like the job, you got attitude. These 3 things, you will be unemployed. Seriously. No matter how hard you study, I think, Esther, your answer is brilliant. It's about ABC. Jamie will know. Jamie will explain to you what is ABC. ABC stands for is your attitude, your behavior, and your characters. Right, Angela? Let's say you are one of the best bets. Why everyone want to come? Is Dr. Wu in? Yeah, she's in. I want to see Dr. Wu. I'm sorry, Dr. Wu is very busy. Her appointment fully packed. Okay. Then nobody want to see Dr. Yi Bo, no? Because Dr. Yi Bo attitude very bad one. Okay. Then nobody want to see him. Doctor, do you want to see Dr. Yi Bo? No, it's okay. Thank you. Never mind. What about Dr. Yi Shi? Yeah, maybe can. You see? So it's about ABC. So Esther, you're right. So it's not just an attitude. Well done, no? I think you will score well in your social study. This is where I will employ you, no? If I have a staff of 1,000, Esther, I will definitely employ you as my right-hand man. You know where is your ABC. You know where is your DEF, right, Jamie? Right, your DEF stands for your discipline, your efficiency, and you're able to feel and then make it to success. So well done, okay? So what caused unemployment in the country? Later you will see that. And what happened if unemployment in the country is out of control? So these are your 3 little homework, but later you watch a video, okay? Why unemployment is inevitable at times. So I just go quickly. What caused unemployment in the country? Due to pandemic, due to the skill no more in it. You know, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, Yifan, are you there, Yifan? So 40 years ago, people use typewriter, okay, people use those very conventional old way of doing things. But now people don't use typewriter, right, Yifan? So now they use computer. So all these jobs will be obsolete no more. Obsolete right now is no more. 被淘汰了. The word obsolete means 被淘汰了. So Edward, last time they don't have this Grab car. Last time they ever got in the 70s got Grab car, no? But 他们叫做霸王车. That means they will stand there, mostly a bit like gangster. Then they say 你要去哪里？用大巴车，坐我的车多少钱？ So you negotiate. Then you take the car. But now with the technology, now this 霸王车 so-called become Grab car. You see? So there's a changes. What caused unemployment in the country? Because the old technology is being replaced with new technology. What happens if unemployment in the country is out of control? Remember, Joyce, just like I asked you to find the last 6 alphabet. Now you know which word are? War. Okay? So children, when you study, don't be a死. Always use creative idea. So Joyce, by now you can remember by heart already. What's the last 6 words? Oh, the stupid uncle remember say war. Then you will remember better. Don't laugh, it's okay. I can be stupid, I can be idiot in front of you, you can scold me, I'm totally fine, Joyce. But if you make your parents to drop a tears and cry because you're defiant, you got bad ABC, you know what's ABC by now, huh? You got bad attitude, behavior, character, please. You pay me $10,000 a day or a month, I also don't want to teach you. Because you are not worth to teach, because you don't even respect your parents. I'm just joking, huh? Why should I teach you? But if you are good and you love your parents, I don't mind even teach you free. True or not, Joyce? Right? There is this attitude. Yeah. So in a country, why people still come to Singapore? It's about ABC. We have a good attitude in workforce. We behave well. We have a good characters. We have integrity. We have honesty. So 明白吗 Joyce? 做人就是要顶天立地，光明正大。听过这句话哦？懂什么意思吗 Joyce？ 你华文程度好吗？ That means you must be honest. It's called HIST. Honest, integrity, sincere, and trustworthy. Sounds like history, no? Right, history, yeah. Sorry, this is how I think. Okay, so why unemployment is it cannot be avoided. Can you write down unemployment is a cycle. Weiqi is a cycle. Zihan, unemployment is a cycle. You see, I can tell you, Zihan and all of you, when you hit set 3, okay, E4, next year is a very critical year for you and issue also. Issue. Next year you're set 3, I can tell you, you're going to be very, very super stressed. You're going to change your hormones and you're going to have a really lousy ABC. Trust me, it's inevitable. Like what Edward just mentioned, the word inevitable. 真的逃不过的. Then later you wake up, you mature, then you learn, okay? Sorry, this is live, I've mentioned this to all of you about this, the story of a woodcutter. Weiqi, can you, no, Yifan, can you read the first paragraph, please? For a long time.
For a long time ago, there lived a poor young and hardworking woodcutter. His name was Henry, and he lived with his cold, weak, and sick mother. Henry and his mother stayed in a dilapidated, small, and old hut. Henry decided to go and look for a woodcutting job in town. The money that he had saved was not enough to buy any food for his mother and himself, so he had to go to the...
Yeah. So this is an introduction. It's like looking for a job. Because this woodcutter now suddenly out of job. He used to cut wood, but maybe the previous boss, this is where children, it's a very simple story written by me, but you have to think profoundly. Because this is a start, like imagine you're doing a comprehension, Zihan. Are you there, Zihan? You're doing a comprehension, no? Then suddenly you think, Zihan, are you okay? You looks like very tired. You okay, huh? Now okay, confirm. Because your smile can tell you're okay. Because every time I see you smile, like today you purposely show me your hair again, then your full face. So I'm not sure you're good or not. Okay, I'm very concerned of my student health, well-being. So you see the introductions, Zihan, you must know what happened. Always use the 8W advantage. What happened to this gentleman? Why suddenly he want to find a job? Oh, because he has to need money to survive. Remember the EKE effect, to make a living, to earn a living. Next one, back to you, Isha. One morning,
as Henry was walking towards a town, he met an old, wise, and kind man. "Hello, young man, where are you going to?" said the old man with a weak voice. Henry replied, "Well, greetings, sir. I'm going to the town to look for a job." The old man advised Henry not to go to the town and asked him to go home. Henry did not listen to the old man and proceeded to the town.
Thank you. Have you heard of this saying before? Don't mind today, I target Joyce most of the time. Sometimes I'll take turn, not because you didn't come for my lesson last week, I target you. 你听过不听老人言，接下去怎么讲？你是不要讲啊？
吃亏在眼前。
对了，哇，你华语讲的华语不错嘛。对，不听老人言，吃亏在眼。这句话是真的很有道理。You realize that why the old man suddenly? So this is where, guys, when I wrote this story, you have to have a profound meaning. Why do you think this old man don't want him to take up the job? He's already unemployed. He need a job. So is this old man playing up, or is this old man really want him to come back again? 你听过姜太公钓鱼吗 ，Joyce？ 燕者什么？于是
愿者不上钩。
你不要故意啊！你燕者上钩啊，燕者不上钩。You know how 姜太公钓鱼呢 ，Joyce？You know 钓鱼是那个 hook 是弯的，对吗？弯的，对不对？它的 hook 是这样的，一条线，那个鱼怎么上来吃 ？So when he go closer and see, how come your fish hook is not like a J shape? It's an I shape. So no way the fish will come out and eat, right? So the purpose of him sitting there and fishing is not to fish, no. He's waiting for the right person to come and talk to him and give him a job. 对吗，医师 ？Yes. 你看，我们华文的成语多么厉害，多么好用。可是各位宝贝 ，Yeah, it's a straight line, correct? Angela, you know about the story, Angela? Angela, you know the story, is it? Yeah. So please, sometimes what you learn from the Chinese context or Chinese textbook or books or GK, I call GK, Joyce, it's called general knowledge. It's very useful. This education and knowledge will be always for you inside your brain. You will pass it down from generation to generations. The sperm and the egg that produce your next generation all depends on your genes, all depends on how much your this brain absorbs. So now you have to think really crazy. Jamie will tell you why you have to think crazy. If you don't think crazy, you think of the conventional way, no, you can't survive in this world, my dear. So Joyce, 姜太公钓鱼，燕者上钩. So you're looking for the right candidates that understand the profound why the fish hook is straight line, which is not the fish hook. Later you will look through the whole story. It's a very nice story. Okay, so Joyce, Uncle Raymond know all these things is because I want to repeat again. When I was young, I was being bullied. Really bullied. 我的名字叫宋宗翰，前面2个字什么读？宋宗啊。You know what is the meaning of 宋宗啊？ Funeral. So they always disturb my name. So I was being bullied in school and I have not many friends, 1 or 2 friends. So I indulged my whole entire life in books. So thanks to them, no? So I told Jamie, 2 days ago, we are talking about strength, weakness, and opportunity. So the weakness become my strength. Because of the threats, I built up my strength. So don't always think that this will be your threats forever. So sometimes your weakness can convert into strength. Don't give up. That's the only thing. Don't give up. Listen. Don't give up. Give in, give all, and give everything. Give in, give all, and give everything, but never give up. Okay, back to you, Houston. Jimmy, one morning. No, sorry, one morning done already, huh? Is it one morning done already? Okay, next day.
The next day, Henry met the old man again. So you come again, looking for a job again? The old man said with a big smile. Yes, sir, I need a job and I need it desperately, as my mother is hungry and not feeling well. Henry looked down with a despair face and a sad voice. A few moments later, the old man told Henry, "Here, take this axe, you will need it." But Henry looked at the axe. It looked blunt, old, and rusty. How can it cut any tree? Suddenly, before Henry can speak to the old man, he disappeared into thin air.
Exactly. I got friends tell me that, Raymond, you got degree, you study so well, and why are you working as a Starbucks, a kitchen helper, cleaning dishes, throwing rubbish, and why are you doing all this low-end job? Anything that's wrong? No, right, Ibo? No, right? Ibo, no, right? 我也没有偷，没有去抢啊。We learn something. So today I met up my boss and say, Raymond, it's a waste. You can teach. But I say sometime in life, Joyce, we have to see the good, write down the good, the bad, and the ugly people in your life. The good must always spend more time with them. The good one. The bad one also must spend time to know. You know why? So that you know that is their bad attitude, bad behavior. You filter. You know, like a tea bag, you filter. The good one, of course, you learn as much as you can. The bad one also learn, but then you will prevent it to fall into that trap. Get an idea, Joyce? I'm talking all to all. Okay, the ugly one is the worst one. The ugly one you also must learn, but learn in a distant way. Get it? Not beside them. You know why? If Joyce say, Joyce 今晚我要去姨伯的家里，我要干掉他，我要杀死他，跟着我来。Joyce 你去就好，我远远的看就好。如果你跟我一起进去，就是帮凶了，对吗？Don't laugh. I got some stupid. My nephew is so stupid. Underage smoking. His friend was smoking. He just walked past, and I told him many times, boy, please tolong don't mix with this group of people. But it's my friend, and poor thing, he come from a broken family. Then my god sister is single mom. Say please don't. It was many years already. Now he's already 20 plus. You don't mix with them. Don't mix it. You guess what happened? He just beside them. Joyce, the police came. Too bad. The whole gang had to go to police station because underage smoking. Okay, but my nephew never smoked. Didn't smoke. Didn't smoke. Then later they test to see the nicotine inside. Guess what? He didn't smoke, but the shirt got smoking. But he suspect he got smoking. Fair or not? He say, Uncle Raymond, I never smoke. It's just my shirt got. 你抽烟当然有那个烟的味道在身体的，对不对？ I'm a smoker, I also know, right? So too bad I told you, Brandon, don't go there, right? But Uncle, my friend, I just stand there. Why you bring me to police station? Now you know the ugly. 从远远看就好. Observe. Oh, like that. Next time better don't. So the good, the bad, the ugly, you know. Same thing in job, Joyce and everyone, Wei Qi, Esther, Angela, Yifan, Yibo, and Yishir, Jamie. The same thing. The good job, learn from the best. The bad one, prevent it from happening. The ugly one is like people sleeping in the job, people steal document, people steal money, okay? People steal stationery. You see already can. You want to whistleblow? Fine. Then you know, these are the people avoid. So Joyce, in school, If you are the IP school or express school, good school, they teach you all the good things. But here, I teach you every damn thing. Because in real life, you're going to face the real world. My class is talking about real world. This afternoon, I talked to one of the students, the brother. I say you are in Raffles Junior College. RJC, so what? VJC, so what? NJC, Hwa Chong, so what? They're telling you the very cocoon, the academic. But out there, 学校没有教我这个嘞，学校没有教我那个，我怎么做人 ？Joyce, now you understand the good, the bad, the ugly, you must know. Because you are a girl, 你会吃亏的。Okay, 我有是女儿，我有干女儿 I got nieces. I like you. I need to protect my girls here. Because, sorry, sometimes girls are very gullible. Especially with handsome boy, handsome man, oh, that's it. The 嘴巴很甜, hello baby, nice to meet you. Oh, you cannot take it anymore. So guys, girls are especially be careful, the good, the bad, the ugly. So as a police officer, now I'm telling you, you also must be careful. When you go home, what must you do? Use your keychain as a weapon to make sure that you know you're being protected. No doubt Singapore is low crime doesn't mean no crime. No doubt Singapore is very safe to walk on the street. You never know one crazy guy walking around and then start attacking you. So this paragraph tells you that why this act. You know what? Now one of the students, Jimmy, are you there? Jimmy, you know there's this student called Nigel, right? Nigel in the class, right? The sister is Peggy. She very cute, no? She wrote this story into 3 different acts, no? So one of the acts, I heard, let me tell you the story. She wrote this. He said that one day he used, was it here? I'm not sure whether I put it here or not. So she said that the angel from the water came out to give the axe and say, is this your axe? First, Jimmy, he showed a golden, a silver axe. Then the very honest woodcutter said, no, I do not own a silver axe. Then the angel dived into the river again, Joyce. Then he came up with a golden axe. Is this your axe? No. This is not my axe. It doesn't belong to me. Then the third time, the angel jumped into the river and picked up the real axe. Yes. This is my axe. So what is the moral of the story, Joyce? Honesty, right? Correct. So you walk back home. Then it was, but because you are being honest, I will take away your old axe. I'll give you the 2 golden and silver axe. But say, no, I should not take it. No, you deserve it because of your honesty. So she happily went back with 2 axes. On the way back home, this friend saw him. Hey, where you got this axe? Oh, then you tell him the whole story. Then you know what I do, Joyce? The friend purposely dropped the axe into the river. Then she started cry. Then the water angel came out again. Oh, why are you crying? Oh, I lost my axe. So the first thing, okay, don't worry. I jump into the river. I pick up the axe and give the golden axe. It took out the golden axe first. Is this your axe? Yeah. That's my axe. 不诚实 Joyce. A primary 3 girl, no, wrote this type of story. Very interesting, Yeah. So you set 2, or next year set 3, right? Set 2, right? 不要输给 primary 3 So must think creative. And very good. Now the way she read is really like reading to kindergarten. The next day, Henry met the old man again. Very nice and gentle, smoothing voice. Primary 3, of course. Of course, I know what I read is like horrible. Okay, thank you. Edwards. Last paragraph, please.
Lastly, Henry still took the axe with him, as the previous axe he had was already not blunt and unusable. When he started to chop the first tree, the axe turned in a golden axe. He was looking at it with amazement, and he could not believe himself. At last, Henry knew that the man is a god to come and help him. Henry managed to.
Okay, so I stop there. Okay, because I use it for my creative writing class as well as for this class. You guys go and imagine what you think will Henry get at the end of the story. Okay, so it should be turned into a golden axe. What Henry will get in the end of the story. What is the moral of the story? So children, when you write your essay for Set 2 student, you're now 1 level up. Please write story with more profound ideas. Okay, you don't just write for the sake of writing to complete it and hand in the homework. Please, you will not do justice to you because you're going to do this every year, all the way to university and all the way when you come out to work. If you hand in a lousy business proposal to your boss, good luck to you. Okay, and I still want to go back to Esther. It's about attitude. If you do a lousy job, people can see. I totally agree what Esther say, okay? So this is a P5 one. Just a quick one. I make it smaller. I'm not going to read, but I want you to read. I trust you. You guys will read, okay? This P5 boy, Hauzer, very cute. He will always say, Uncle, you still have not given me 75 marks. You always give me below. He's always aiming for high mark, which is good, but not very good. In life, sometimes you need to be up and down. So just read through. This is P5 and P3. Yeah? And the last one, Reagan, is my son. They only got about 10 to 15 minutes on the spot. They type it up and think and write. This is called the speed thinking and speed reading and speed analyzing. Immediately the 10 or 15 minutes, I can't remember. So Jamie, since you're new, we take away Raiden, to be fair. Jiani is the sister of Hauzer. Okay, so which one, Jimmy, do you think, have you finished reading? Yeah, which one do you think is better?
Not yet, I'm not done yet.
Okay. This is just only the introductions. Okay, I emphasize on introductions, then they are supposed to hand in to me the conclusion, but Hauzer and the sister, I think they went back to Malaysia. Okay, I think I told the mom to stop the tuition for the next 2 months because they had not seen their grandparents for coming to 2 years. So say, please. Then they told me, sorry, Uncle Raymond, I think it's in Sarawak or Sabah, I can't remember which part of Malaysia. He said that side, the Wi-Fi is very poor. Okay, Jimmy, done? Which one is better? Hauzer or police?
Hauzer.
Hauzer, or?
Yeah.
Guess what? Both of them are from Malaysia, Malaysian students in Singapore study. Hauzer take higher Chinese, police also take higher Chinese. Okay. Hauzer started having my lessons somewhere this year in March. So initially he has a very poor, and please guys, I have not seen your handwriting. So if possible, instead of typing in future, next month, we're going to start to hand in homework already. Okay, if you don't feel like handing homework, then don't hand in. But next month, we're going to have homework. So please, if you can, I will advise you to use your hand to write instead of type, so that I can identify how is your handwriting and I can give advice to how whether you're able to improve or not. Okay, now this is my set 1 boy, which is your level, and he's going to set 2. This boy is also in one of my tuition center. Okay. Jamie, if you see the AMIS, is actually the atmosphere, motivations, inspirations, and S stand for suspend. This is how it started. Okay, as you see, the word as fast as a cheetah, Jamie, it's called fistball. Okay, fables, idioms, similes, places, occupation, and proverbs. So look at this one. Children, I want you to look at this one. 哎，一波你看过是吗？这个 passage 有吗？一些有吗？于凡有吗？于凡没有啊 ，please 看 ，please read. Sorry. This guy is so weird that he liked to watch all the movies of the 80s and 90s. Okay, he watched all the movie and he played games. Huh? Oh my goodness, which game is playing? Oh, COD and Minecraft.
Nice work.
Yeah, but he has an elder sister, so it's not very close. Not say very close, but sister is already an adult, so he's only set one. So there's a big gap. You when you read that the ending is very, very different. Joyce, are you reading? Finish reading, huh? You finish reading? Yes. Okay. Edward, are you done? Edward, Ken? You sure? Yifan, 可以吗？ Yifan? Esther, Zihan?
Wait, half a minute.
Okay. I move out a bit, huh? See whether I can see the other side. You don't expect this kind of story, or Zihan. You finish reading already, Zihan? Finish, ah? You see the ending very weird, huh? He always like to part 2. I say, why we got season 2? He say, you want Squid Game part 2, season 2. He always like to write like that one. 伟奇 finish already? 你猜哦，我给你猜哦，伟奇跟 Esther 啊，这两个啊，等一下我 move on。伟奇 and Esther and 宇凡 ，OK， 这三个。宇凡，你觉得他是 Express、IP、NA 还是 NT 还是 IB student？ 宇凡 ，OK，A for Express，B for IP Integrated Program，C for NA，D for NT，and E for IB International Bureaucrats. Which one?
Express.
Okay, Esther?
Express.
Richie?
Express also.
He's from Jimmy, what do you think?
Express.
He's from NA.
I thought it's
That's a
NT.
joke, huh? Sorry?
I thought it's NT.
NT. It's a joke, Joyce. 我教了他整整要4个月哦。Then that day she said, Uncle Raymond, I get sick and tired of writing. Can you give me a paper 2 to practice? Okay, paper 2 就是comprehension 对吗？ Right? You're from IP or Express, Joyce?
IP.
So paper 2 is comprehension, right? So I give him Express paper. He look at the paper, Uncle, I'm from NA. He said, huh? You NA? I thought all along you're Express. He was like shocked, huh? You realize, so in my mind, I don't care. He's an NA student. He's an NA student. But he can write like that. It's not bad, seriously, right? Just want to share. So you see, from this essay, we can still talk about employability, unemployment.
Hi, it's Ariana, and I work here at the IMF. Economists like to think that demand and supply can explain everything in the
Take
universe.
down these 2 words, please.
But what about unemployment? Can that be explained by demand and supply? Economists think so. Let's start with the role of demand. In some years, the economy is doing really well. Companies are producing a lot. And guess what's needed to produce? Yes, people. So when production is high, the demand for labor is high. and that means unemployment is low. Conversely, when the economy is in the doldrums, companies don't want as many people. And that means unemployment is high. Economists call this type of unemployment cyclical because it goes up and down with the economy and with the business cycle. Now, what about supply? There's a type of unemployment where supply plays a big role too. That's called structural unemployment. Sometimes jobs are coming up in one industry, say the computer industry, but the people are trained for another, say mining. So there's a mismatch between demand and supply. Since you can't train miners to be software engineers overnight, they may end up unemployed for a while. Sometimes structural unemployment arises when technology, such as computers and robots, replace people in some industries. So if we keep demand stable and train people to supply jobs of the future, there should be no unemployment, right? Not quite. There's a type of unemployment that's called frictional. Say you don't get along with your boss. There's some friction, shall we say? You quit or act up in a way that gets you fired. Or you're tired of where you live and move to a new city before lining up a new job. This frictional unemployment is the price of living in a free society where people are free to move around. So we should aim to keep unemployment low, but 0 maybe too low. And for me, until I get a new job, what do you think about writing a scary novel about robots?
Okay, so give you some idea about unemployment. Excuse me. Give you some idea of unemployability. As you know, this will impact your life, impact your future, and as you mentioned, you mentioned cyclical. So every few years. So now is 2021, 10 years from now, which is 2030. And you know, Singapore is going to have a green plan, right now, green plan 2030. This is where we talk about eco-friendly. I think Jimmy will know, right? This morning, my boss, Fanny, was talking about environmental. So guys, I urge all of you, the next couple of lessons, Uncle Raymond, we're going to bring, my lesson so boring, man, Joyce? Okay, at least I make you smile and wake up already. Okay, thank you. So it's good that children, you go and read more about eco-friendly things, sustainability, save the environments, right? Jimmy, today you saw the poor mummy bear, polar bear, and the baby bear in the melting iceberg, right? It's very sad, very disheartening, especially for Angela. You know, when you want to do vet, you see this kind of animal is being tortured. And Angela, you saw the video, you're right. There are some people who cannot get employed. What will happen? Why suddenly you cannot find a job? You say it takes many months to train a professional people. So Esther, you're right. The attitude. So the video also mentioned about this person fired, this person not happy with the boss. Yes, you are, all of you are right. So why I want to mention this topic? Because every month we have different topics, and so this is the month we're talking about these 3 topics. So having to look at the 3 questions will be posted in my Google Classroom. If you are free, if you want to find more details, Edward, hi, Edward, thank you. And you want to do the questions, no need to write a 1,000-word essay. You just put in your train of thoughts to think, okay, this is my answer. I want to write something like that. This is your train of thought. At the end of the day, the answer that you wrote will be used for the rest of your life. You can keep it, and then this is your knowledge. Okay, so that's the 3 questions. Right, Yufan, 可以吗? Yufan? Oh, got it, huh? So yeah, next week we are going to talk about, I can't remember what topics. Then we will, let me stop the recording.